What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You've made it to the ultimate PvE tier list from 0 to 1 to 3 exclusives. Okay, this has had a lot of work put into it. I need to give a huge thank you to ACOS Global, big beta player. Been playing the game for a very long time. Okay, he knows his stuff, and together we had a conversation on microphone, and we came up with this. Okay, now I know you can't see the god tier yet. All right, I know you can't. Be patient. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and comment below to help this channel grow. And this is all for you guys, for that, so you know what's going on, what you can do with heroes that are non-exclusive, exclusive 1 and 3. Now, some heroes do adjust. There's only a few heroes that become much better at E2, but it's not huge, so I haven't made a separate tier list for that, but we're going to put them into timestamps. So I'll bracket all of these from what they're listed as, and also I will then timestamp them as exclusive 0, exclusive 1 and 3 tier list, so that you can make your way through this productively, because it can get messy. And I had to make this many tier lists because things change so much. You can't just have one tier list. And I've tested pretty much all of these heroes now, okay? I really have. Other than a couple of the new ones, all right? And also ones like Shoulder. He needs rework. You can see we've got a needs a rework in here. This is for the developers to know these heroes need a rework. Yes, I know Melchior is in there. He is getting a rework. Some of these mythics are getting a rework. Nita will be getting a rework. Madalena will be getting a rework. So bear with that, okay? Bear with that as well. We'll talk a bit more on that in a moment. But this could be a long video. I'm hoping it's not going to be too long, because it's very late. My watch has stopped working. It's actually 3:30 in the morning, or night, should we say. So I want to get this done so I can get this scheduled for tomorrow or today. And then I've got the PvP tier list to work on, exactly the same format. It's really important we get that out as well, so people know as well for PvP how their heroes are standing. Okay, enough talking. Let's get on with this video. We're going to go through it. Now, for some reason, it's not picking up my mouse on this, okay? It's not picking up my mouse. So I can't really do a lot about that. I don't know why that's happening, but it's not picking up my mouse. So you're going to have to try and bear with me. We're going to go from right to left through the entire video. Bear in mind, these heroes are not in any particular order. They are in the bracket they are in. Okay, so they all deserve to be in where they are. These heroes down here all need a rework. Ile, Amalek, Carid, Shoulder, Vera, Olga, Carrie, Taru, Zach Zulu, Valentin, Hal 9000, Nita, Malkia, and Madalena. They all need a rework. Now we can move them away. And voila, we're starting to get up to the god bit. Now, on this A bracket, we have Solly, okay, in PvE. He needs exclusives to become better. You'll see that as we go through. Greta is definitely a PvP hero. She just doesn't do enough in PvE damage-wise. Gustav, I'm actually very disappointed in Gustav. He isn't great for PvE at all. Lamb needs exclusives. Do not use him without exclusives. Anna, another one who needs exclusives. Do not use her without exclusives. You will regret it. Melina, without any exclusives, you're not going to get a lot of use out of her. At all. Then Ariel, to the left of her. She's more of a PvP hero as well. You won't want to be using her in PvE. Aisha reads like a nice kit, and she's the final one in our A bracket there. She reads like she has a nice kit, but she's very underwhelming. If you've tried her, you'll notice that she really does drop off. Okay, moving up to A+. What's going on here? We've got it. Okay, moving up to A+, and you can see the top of the tier list now for exclusive 0. So if you're looking already up there, you're too far ahead. We're on A+. Tifia down the bottom here. She read really nice, right? She just does no damage. She just doesn't do the damage that we need. Doesn't do the damage we need. But she does deserve to be an A+. She doesn't deserve to be an A, so she's more useful than those others there. Gunner can be very useful as well. But he does get a bit stronger with an exclusive or two. So he's more situational depending on the team that you're using. Frick. Okay, the reason why Frick is an A+ here is because he has an AoE attack down 2. AoE attack down 2. And he could be situational for you. He could be situational for you in PvE content. Definitely going to be some kind of use later on in the dungeons as well. Possibly. I haven't seen many people using Frick, and he does have quite a decent kit considering the new stages as well. So be aware of Frick, have a little look at him, see what you think, because he's actually not bad. Little Jack, no one's really used Little Jack, because no one, I don't know, you just don't see people using him enough. But if you pair him up with the likes of Focus, he does really need exclusives to become good. Nascama is niche. He's niche in PvE. He's definitely needed for Blue Tower. Other than that, you're not going to get a lot of use out of Nascama. Thanatos. Now, Thanatos is an interesting hero, right? Like, he can remove shield and stuff like that. Life extortion, reducing their healing effect, reducing their shield effect as well. But, compared to some of the other direct damage dealers, for me and Akos, he didn't quite cut it. Moving over to Margarita, A+. Without any exclusives, you're better off having Lester at exclusive 3, and that's an epic. He would do more than Margarita. I wouldn't use her without any exclusives. Timmy can be used for Red Mark Tower. Outside of that, though, there's not a huge use for him. And really, he does get a little bit better than ever exclusive, but we'll see that in a moment. Sinton can be useful with his provoke. He can protect the team a bit. So that's another situational kind of defensive hero. It's not like a self taunt, it's a full on provoke. Gru, I'm not going to call him Baby Gru. Just he needs exclusives. Grandy is a weird kind of hero. It's the blue troll there next to the Gru, the big beard. If you're lost because I haven't got a mouse on the screen. Gramdy can be pretty good, actually, and he's very good in Faction Abyss. You will need Gramdy in Faction Abyss. You know, AoE freezes, speed down. He's immune to freeze as well. He does have some use. Now, Tuck next to him. Tuck next to the dude with the big horns, the troll. He is pretty much useless without exclusives, but he does go into A+ because his shield is still useful. So he will stay in A+ for now. You'll see him drastically move up the table later on, though. Mai, who is here now, she desperately needs exclusives. She doesn't do enough without it. Very early on in the game, you may get some use out of her, but really do not build into her if you do not have a lot of exclusives. Slack, though, another one. He can be very good, you know, but without the exclusives, he's not quite there. He needs a little bit. He needs his exclusives to become better, and he is, you know, he's very good in a lot of places, and you'll see more of him. Horus, yes, A+ needs some exclusives. I know he did a rework on Horus, but not enough people are using him. I had him at E5. I regressed him because I wasn't impressed too much with what his kit held, and he had great gear on as well. Okay, Garena. Now I know a lot of you are going to be like, Kazak, we've told you about Garena before. But the thing is, guys, unless your team's dying, which it shouldn't be, your team shouldn't be dying anyway. You know, yes, she does do a revive for your allies, but your team shouldn't be dying. It shouldn't be dying, especially, you know, she doesn't do a lot else other than that. And that's why she's sitting at A+, okay? And anyone in this tier list, if you think I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments, okay? Eric, next to Garena there, and before the Bug Lady Jennifer, if you're a little bit lost. He is very cool hero. He's in the hero quest as well this month, but he needs exclusives as well. And he's very situational on the team he uses. He needs a burn team. Moving on to Jennifer. Jennifer is a very good hero, even without exclusives. And, you know, these A+ heroes, they're all okay. And Jennifer will help you out early campaign. She'll help you out kind of mid-campaign as well, but she does drop off. Natalie really needs exclusives, guys. Natalie needs exclusives. You're going to see her in a Dragon Tribe banner that's coming on Friday, but she needs exclusives. Nasil needs one exclusive to go straight up for the roof. Without it, he's A+. And that's situational use. Claude, another one who needs exclusives next to Nasilda. You should all know where Nasil is, so you should all know where Claude is. He's right next to Nasil. He definitely needs some exclusives. Besmok, again, another hero, another big direct damage dealer, but he needs those exclusives. Without them, he just doesn't do enough. Brynhild coming in the last one in A+. That's because she's not a PvE hero, she's a PvP hero. Yeah, she's a PvP hero. Moving on up to S, it's the new hero, Guilliman, and she is fantastic. Now, these S tier heroes, they're all very good. This is S tier, okay? This is where heroes become much more useful for all of us, okay? And remember, it's without exclusives here. Guilliman is very, very good. She can speed down the enemy. She can debuff. She can do a decent amount of damage, but without those exclusives, you're not going to get the full use of her potential. Mammoth coming in after Guilliman. And Mammoth, wow. Why is he in the S right now without any exclusives? That's because he's going to provide us with Speed Up 2, which on its own is fantastic for our team. Speed Up 2 is huge, okay? Speed Up 2 is huge. Not only that, but its basic 1 is very good. It's giving Attack Down and Horrify as well. I believe I'm correct. I don't need to check him. I believe I'm correct. That's fine. He is going to be stealing buffs, but let's be honest. In PvE, who the hell buffs? Who buffs? Hardly anyone. So, on that reason, he's staying at S, next to Guilliman. That's a good ranking for him there. Next up, we have Alahan. And Alahan is very good. He can remove shields. He's got a very good heal for your team, especially early on as well. After that, we have Hertha. And Hertha is a very good bleed hero. She can do good damage, okay? Don't rule Hertha out. She's very fun. Definitely one I'm going to be building soon as well to test out. Albeck after Halfa. After Hertha. I nearly said Heifer, and that's a bit of an insult in England. So Albeck, again, he is going to sit in S. And that's because he's got a good survivability. And he can do very well in Sunset Sages on his own as well. So on that factor there, he is definitely deserving his S grade on exclusive 0. And after that, we have the Queen Elsa. Queen Elsa, the Frost hero, but she isn't very frosty. She's not from Frozen. She's from Infinite Magicraid. And Elsa is a very good support hero. But I haven't had use of Elsa, okay? I'm going off my experience talking to people. And it was very close between S and S+. But for me, she needs a couple of exclusives in my opinion. She is a very interesting hero. And she can grant things like effect resistance and stuff. So she is staying at S because she doesn't quite provide something that S+ provide. Slavan, okay, fantastic hero, but exclusive 0, you're going to be missing out on a turn because she's not going to be self-buffing before she gets another turn. Exclusive 1, she will shoot up the ranking. I say shoot up, there's not much further to go. Guhana is a very good support as well. She can grant your team speed up, attack up, speed down on the enemies, and as well inferior healing. So that's also very good. But she does deserve to be in S. She doesn't deserve to be up in S+. Sana is a very good beginner hero for campaign. She can do very good damage. Again, later on, she will drop off, but she does deserve to be in S. She can do some really nice damage, and she self-buffs crit, and things like that. She is, she's got quite a wide kit. Zyra next to the cat lady Sana, who we just spoke about. Zyra is a very good crowd control hero and definitely make use for her if you have her. A lot of these heroes you can find on my channel with builds and spotlights. So if you're looking at these heroes thinking, wow, okay, well, what do I do? I want to see them in action. Well, you can see a lot of these in action because I've done a lot of builds and showcases on them. Zyra is the queen of CC. She really is. She gets 2 abilities that are CCing enemies. And, she is very useful. She's also very fast. Yoko, after that, next to Zia, in between Zyra and Zia, Yoko can deal some pretty nasty damage. She really does excel with some exclusives, however. And then Zia, obviously, next. Zia. I'm so sorry, Zia. But after much delay and deliberation, you have been moved down slightly. That's because she requires a lot of setup. She requires a lot of setup, and well, let's be honest, direct damage just isn't doing what it used to be doing or what it's ever been doing. She is still very good. She is still S tier. So please, Zia is a good hero. She gets better with exclusives as well. Walter, next to Zia, he's an AoE poison damage dealer. And he is very good, but you need to have paired him up with the likes of Tanf, the likes of probably Turf, other poison damage dealers. And he can be very good in PvE. So don't rule out Walter. He does get very good with exclusives, however. After that, we have Taff, who is just above Alahan here. I don't think my camera's... No, he is. There he is. Taffy. That's a Welsh person. You would call a Welsh person in the UK a Taff. So, yes, that is Taff. He is amazing, but he is S+. Unexclusive. He will move up later on, though, so bear in mind for that. He can cause AoE poisons. He can cause Intertwine, which is going to stun the enemy after 2 turns. He also puts Deep Poisoning on his basic, and he also has a heal, an AoE heal on his second skill. So Taff is a very good hero. PvE and PvP. We'll get to the PvP in the next video, however. Serena after Taff. She is a very good damage dealer. Even without exclusives. AoE, she's going to help you out a lot early game. You can definitely build her up early game. She's going to take you through to mid as well, but then she's going to start to drop off, okay? And this is the issue. And this is why these are in S, because they're not quite as good as the ones above, the ones that don't drop off. Maeve. I adore Maeve because she is so good. All right, but she's definitely an S hero. She can nuke quite hard with her ultimate as well. Single target damage, especially early on in the game. She has defense down. She also has slumber down, slowing down the enemy. Maeve is definitely a good choice to build. Megan after that. Now, Megan is sitting in S here. And that was tricky for me because I didn't know if she should be in A+ at exclusive 0 because she does really excel with her exclusives. But she is going to sit in at S. She can still hit pretty hard, and she's also got some AoE debuffs as well. But she does, she gets much better with exclusives. So on that note, we're moving over to Elena, who is sitting in S, and she used to be an S+. That's because you really do need another bleed hero with Elena. She's not a solo bleed carrier by any means, really. I used to think she could help carry in campaign early on, but it didn't quite work out that way. She reads really nice, but, she needs a couple of exclusives to get going. Luz is next to her in S, and he can do some pretty nice AoE damage. Another one who does excel with exclusives. Hisaro comes after Luz, and again, Hisaro is on the same tier as Elena here, and Hisaro is a very good hero, but he, again, also requires some exclusives to really find the use out of Hisaro. After that, we have Dario. Now, Dario, definitely, again, and we're going to keep saying this, they need exclusives. Dario can deal some nasty damage. But he takes a little bit to get going because he's got to build up Shadow Flame to nuke the enemy with. So he is staying in S. And next to him, we have a Cindo. Yes, to CC Queen as well, like Zyra, but different. It's a Cindo, the one with tentacles on her head. She is a very good hero to have, and she becomes much better at E1. Without it, she's very similar to Zyra, and that's why I've had to put her in the same tier as Zyra. That's why. She'll do an AoE hit, which does hit okay as well, the attack damage. It's also causing silence. And then she can have silence on her basic, silence on her second skill as well, and reducing some turn meter. So she does deserve to be an S. She will help out in campaign, stopping some of the CC from the enemies, but it's not like a stun. It's a silence. It's like, it's not a stun where they're like, whoop, can't move. So they still get to move. After that, we have Fiona. Now, Fiona is really, really good. And it was close between S and S plus again, but she just doesn't have enough in her kit without exclusives to be an S plus. That's why she's in S. She has an AoE stun. She can revive an ally. And, she is very good. I think also does she give attack up if the ally is still alive? I think I'm correct. I don't think I need to check that. I am reading all of this off my memory, by the way. Crazy. After that, we have Lucia, and she's going to stay in S. Lucia needs some exclusives to become good. And even then, Her first exclusive doesn't really help her much with damage because that goes back to shield. She does have a heavy hitting attack, and she can stack some nice bleeds. But she will move up later on, so bear that in mind as well. This is exclusive 0. S+, we come in with Turf, the poison monster. He is so good because he's so self-surviving. He'll grant himself a shield, counter-attack, and he's just great. He'll carry you early game. Turf can carry you early game, okay? If you've not seen my showcase and builds on him, go check it out. Go check it out. Focaz above him. Again, Focaz is an amazing hero. Refreshing the skills on an ally. Boosting their turn meter to the full. Also granting Immortal on everyone. And I think his basic also can reduce some turn meter, and I'm going to check. First time. Attack down 1. So yeah, not bad. Not bad. His, he doesn't get hit. Alright, stop looking, Kazakh. Stop looking. Moving on over to Mewtwo. Mewtwo can deal a lot of damage. But he does require a little bit of preparation to get it going. He is going to sit in S+, because he's one of the better direct damage dealers early on without any exclusives. He's really, really good, Mewtwo. And a lot of you have him as well from the Hero Quest. So make use of your Mewtwo if you're not using him. Space, definitely. S+ hero all day long. Turn meter increase. Speed up for allies. Speed down on the enemy. Turn meter decrease on her basic. She's fantastic. She also gets a turn meter boost on her passive. Definitely, if you're not using space, make use of her because she is awesome. Pair her up with Lizzie free. You can see my video on that. After that, we have Elena, and she's going to be sitting in an S+. That's because she can strip buffs. She can shield as well. And I believe her base, what does her basic do again? Defense down 1. And also transfers all self debuffs to them. Yeah, she'll deal 140% defense damage and removes all their buffs. And her passive, she reduces the crit damage taken by all allies 18% when Elena survives. So when multiple skills increase as attribute, only the strongest one will take effect. It does go down less than a crit damage reduction once it's level 5. And of course, you know, she's cleansing as well. Oh wait, I'm sorry. She doesn't get the shield on her final skill there until later on. But it's definitely very nice as well, considering we're healing and we're cleansing all attribute debuffs. She is very useful, even without exclusives. We never used to think she was, but she is, especially for that buff strip, for tower and things like that. After that, we have the mythic Ben Austin. Ben Austin is very good, but you're going to need to pair him up with the likes of Hisonia, Okmin, some bleed heroes maybe, but you really want to be doing it with multi-hitting health burners. So Ben Austin will become a god once he's up to like E2, E3. Definitely, because he improves so much. But for now, he's going to sit at S+. We have Allcaster in at S+. And that's because there's going to be a couple of ways to use Allcaster. You can leave him at level 1, right? You could have him at level 1, let him die, revive, just buffing your main damage dealer. So if you're low on food, you're low on skill scrolls, use him as a fodder hero to boost up the damage on your main damage dealer. Okay, it's a bit of a glass cannon kind of way of thinking there. So try that. I will make a video on that at some point. Nordak. Okay, Nordak is S+. That's because you don't really get a huge amount of use from Nordak. It's literally like a turn, like 1 turn at a time, maybe 2. Actually, he's right here. Damage immunity and resistance. So he just gets damage immunity from his final skill, and it's a 4-turn cooldown. On his second one, you get cleanses all attribute buffs from all allies and grants him a shield respectively by 30% of maximum health for 2 turns. It's not huge. It does increase as he gets a bit higher. And it's 30%. It increases up to 45% with the skills. But we have that on other heroes. His basic can hit pretty nice. Especially if he has a lot of buffs. After that, we have Hoff. Hoff is a fantastic hero without any exclusives because he's going to put AoE health burn on the enemy heroes, and he's also going to put Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark on the enemy, so anyone killing that hero, he's then going to grant them an extra turn, and it can really boost your damage. And just across the team, he can be huge to help out feebleness as well and tenacity down. After that, we have Bari in. Bari is very good, and he's going to sit in S+. He's going to sit in S+, because he's a very good hero, and you know, he can do a lot of burn damage, but he does get so good with exclusives. Bari does deserve to be an S+. He does deserve to be an S+, and you should build him, but he does get much better just with that one exclusive. You're going to see him move up, okay? Okmin again, he's not going to be sitting in God anymore. He's not doing quite as much damage as these other health burners or bleeders up in God tier. He is very good. He can refresh damage over times, and that's any damage over time. So that can be bleed, poison, health burn. So he can refresh all of that, but he doesn't do quite enough health burn, but he does have good survivability. So he does deserve to be an S+. Elik is going to be sitting in S+. He won't be sitting in God tier anymore without exclusives. That's because he, you know, he really does need exclusives for that extra shield. But he does bring a lot to the team. He does bring a lot to the team, and on that basis, you know, defense up. Wait 1 second. He has grants all allies consolidation 2 for 2 turns, which is very nice. It's a 4-turn cooldown. He's also stopping your main attackers getting those debuffs on them. It's reducing crit damage out by 28%, and it can be triggered 3 times. His second skill is the main one, really, when he's not exclusive, because it increases all allies' defense by 60% and tenacity by 30%. So just think, if you've built Hardak early on, and you know you want to boost his damage with defense, that can be very nice to pair up Elik with that as well. And he has a stun on his basic. Also, he can still... Yeah, that's an exclusive level 2. But he's definitely a very good hero. People don't rate him enough. He's super fun to use. He's very good across the board. And he will help protect your team hugely. Now, of course, we're moving up to God tier. And as you can see, it's Santa, Saint Nicholas, the one who ruined Christmas for all of us. Well, some of us. Some of us didn't get him. That's why he's grayed out for me, because I don't have him. Santa is just OP. He's just OP. And he's just O-frickin-P. He has, like, he can freeze the enemies. He will reduce their speed by, you know, speed down 2 as well. That's massive to go with speed down 2 and freezing them. He can make it permanently freezed if, wait, that's on his exclusive 2, right? No, it's not. It cannot be cleansed. It cannot be cleansed. It cannot be cleansed, so you would want him to go after... Well, he's going to go after Nitsil anyway. So he will basically make them rendered useless. Any enemy. You'll just be able to nuke them down as you want. He grants a shield, and it's 40%. It's very nice. It's only a 3-turn cooldown. His passive, he grants all allies Christmas Surprise, which is going to boost your damage hugely. It's going to cause you to take less damage received and increase effect resistance of everyone as well. It's massive, okay? That is huge, his passive. His basic attack can cause effect resistance down 2. And also he restores some health, and for the ally with the lowest health as well. Santa is amazing. Now, Quinlan. Quinlan is fantastic. Quinlan is so good. He's so good. He's so good. Is he Eternal Sector? Yes, he is. Quinlan will deal 3 stages of attack to all enemies, each of which deals damage. But this is a long... I don't need to read this. But he has a chance of freezing them. That is without exclusives, correct? Yes, it is. He has a chance of freezing them. And he's going to put health burning on the enemies as well. His passive, if he's slower than anyone on the battlefield, he's going to put health burn on them. Okay, at the start of a turn. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. He deals 18% more health burning damage to targets under freeze status. And, well, with the likes of Nasil and Santa, well, everyone's just frozen anyway. So, why the hell not? Quinlan is fantastic. His second active skill deducts 25% of max health from himself. And he deals 2 stages of attack to a single enemy, each of which deals damage by 6% of Quinlan's max health. And extra damage by 6% of the target's max health. Each stage damage capped at 24% of his maximum health. And, obviously, it's considered as health burning damage. His basic again can cause health burning, and it also has the chance of inflicting freeze on the enemy. Quinlan is a god tier hero from the get-go. from the get-go. Sigmund as well, of course, he is a god tier hero. He can counterattack passively. If you pair him up with the likes of Catherine, he's going to have the chance of counterattacking twice. He's going to put AoE health burn on the enemy. He's also going to grant your team allies a 20% shield. Sigmund is a very good hero. Catherine, of course, she's god tier. Do I even need to explain about Catherine? She's going to counterattack. She's going to consolidation to your team as well. She's going to cleanse your team. Wait. I'm getting carried away. Does she cleanse early on? I believe that's one of her exclusives, isn't it? Yeah, exclusive 1. Okay, so that's not going to happen. But she is definitely a god tier hero. She's fantastic. She's absolutely fantastic. She can put feebleness 2 on the enemy as well. Of course, she's restoring health of allies at the beginning of each turn. Consolidation 2, counterattack and a shield. She's just fantastic. You all know it. Let's not blab on about her. Nidrold is a god tier hero. He can cause a ton of bleed damage, and his damage is based mainly off mastery. Okay, so you don't need to focus quite so much into attacks. So pump your mastery. He does get better with exclusives, but he definitely deserves that god tier status because I know people that have had a cleared campaign with Nidrold at E0. Okay, he is very, very good, and I'm sure you all agree. Melia, of course, she's another health burn hero. Health burn just deserve a tier of their own, bracket of their own. Melia is a god tier hero at E0. Hazonia, again, another fantastic hero. AoE health burn. On the basic, he's going to be causing 3 health burns on the enemy. He can also ignite health burn. God tier hero all day long. Lucifer he's a direct damage, and he's the only direct damage up in god tier. That's because he can nuke seriously hard. He's always going to be stealthed, or a majority of the time. He's also going to cause a lot of debuffs on the enemy, and he can hit really freaking hard. Luna is still a god tier hero. Don't listen to anyone that says Luna isn't a god tier hero. I'm sorry. I'm going to mention Hippo right now, actually. Hippo, I'm sorry, okay? Hippo, I'm sorry, but she deserves to be up in god tier. She really does. She really does. She's so good. She brings so much to a team. And people are really seeing Luna's use now in the later dungeon stages as well. And they really are. The survivability is great. The turn to boost is insane. The debuffs for attack down is very, very nice. And you just need it. You just need it. Agatha is a god tier hero. PvE wise, I mean, people are going to say, well, where are you using her, Kazakh? Where are you using her? By the time you've got her, it's so late anyway. But you can use her in a lot of places. You can use her in a Red Mark Tower. You're going to use her quite a bit in Faction Abyss. She would just destroy campaign if you could summon her. She would just destroy it anyway. So, you know, she is a god tier hero. Agatha is freaking awesome. She's freaking awesome. She's freaking awesome. But would you be using her in dungeons? Did I make a mistake on Agatha? Okay. If I did, I did. Let me know. Let me know. Moving on. This was tier 0. Exclusive 0. It's going to be gone. Now, when we move on, we're not going to be going into quite as much explanation on the heroes, okay? We're not going to be going into quite as much explanation. But without further delay, we are going to switch. And also, I'm going to move that up so you can't see. Move that up so you can't see just yet, so you have to wait. Alright, which number is it? Sorry, bear with me. 12. Here is our exclusive. Oh, you can't see it. I ruined it. Here is our exclusive 1 PvE tier list. Welcome if you skipped the timestamps. Needs a rework. All of these heroes need a rework. And the mythics in there will be getting a rework. They will be getting a rework. Okay, I know Nita may be doing some stuff, but they're all going to be getting a rework. Greta still stays there. Gustav still stays there. Lamb still stays there. He needs more. Anna still stays there. She needs more. Ariel stays there. She's a PvP hero. Aisha, maybe she needs a rework. Maybe Aisha needs. Maybe I should put her in rework. Maybe. Okay. A+. Solly is now A+. Was he A+ before, or was he A? I think he was A, wasn't he? No, he was A. So he moves up one. He's become a bit more useful. And why was that again? He's right here. So he can grant Consolidation 2, protecting your allies from a lot more damage. So he definitely deserves to move up one. Melina starts granting a mini shield. I think it's that is right. Yeah, 20% of health. It's mini. It's not massive. It's minute. Moving over to Besmok. Besmok still needs more exclusives. He's doing a little bit more, but he needs more. Tifia, A+ still. Still not doing enough. Gunner. Now, Gunner he's a good hero. But what was his exclusive one did again? Additionally reduces the target's effect resistance by 25% for 2 turns, reduces target's effect resistance by 50% for 2 turns instead if the shield was successfully removed. He's very good for shield removing, and he can be used, and he can deal some pretty good damage, but compared to what's above, I can't rate him higher, not at the moment. I personally do like Gunner, though. But he is going to be sitting in A+. Shoot me if I'm... Little Jack is staying in A+. Naskama is staying in A+. He definitely is staying there. Thanatos again. He's staying in A+, okay? Now, if you are disagreeing with any of this, you need to just say so, okay? Timmy is going to stay in A+, and that's because he's niche. But when he does steal a shield, he does start sharing it to allies, which is very, very nice. Sinton will stay in A+, because, he is good. He's a provoke hero, but he's best. He's more for PvP. Gru will be in A+. Another one who's still needing exclusives. Gramdy is going to be in A+, because he's still useful for that crowd control. Mai is still needing some more. She is doing more, but she still needs more. She's going to be in A+. Horus still stays in A+ as well for RE1. Garena is staying A+. A lot of this is staying, isn't it? Eric will still be in A+ as well. Jennifer will be A+. That's because her damage isn't sufficient enough. Natalie is still in A+. And I love Natalie. Okay? I'm trying to be as accurate as we can be. Also, I need to move this down slightly, but not much, was it? But where was we? I'm lost. Natalie is A+. She needs more exclusives. Claude will still stay at A+, because his exclusive one doesn't really do diddly squat. Brynhild, again, she's a PvP hero. S. Frick has moved up to S, and let me tell you why. Which friggin' section is he in again? Is it Forgotten? Frick is in, Nameless Brotherhood. The reason he's moved up is because he's also now reducing the enemy's crit damage by 60%, which could be massive, okay? Attack down 2 and crit damage down 2 is reducing a lot of damage, guys. A lot of damage. So that is nothing to be shied about. That's a very good exclusive for him. Hertha is in S. He's going to be dealing more bleed damage. Albeck will stay in S. And what was it that he did again? It wasn't a huge increase, I don't believe, exclusive one. He grants all allies ally protection. Albeck will take 30% of the damage taken by his allies, excluding himself for Albeck's 2 turns. Meanwhile, he gains Immortal for 2 turns. So he is very useful with Z1. He's got more survivability as well, but he is staying in S. Alta is staying in S. She has a really long explanation on her E1, but for me and ACOS, it was S tier still. Guhana is going to be staying at S. The increase on her E1 is there she is. It's also cleansing 5 layers of damage over time debuffs from all allies, which is huge. It is huge, but we have the likes of Liz and stuff, and it's very tough. She deserves to be in S still. She's a very good hero. Okay, these are S tier. They are very good. Sana, again, she's dealing very good damage. She's going to be staying in S. Zyra is still staying in S. She is dealing... the difference on her was if she takes control, it's a 40% chance to cleanse. Something like that. It's not a huge change for PvE. She still deserves to be in S. Yoko is in S along with Zia, and they do get a little bit stronger, but not enough for S plus yet. Walter starts to deal, is it a little bit extra poison damage? He's a moist pools, reduces the direct. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing huge. Walter stays in S there. Serena stays in S as well. She's always going to be in S. She's a good AOE damage dealer. But yes, she is. Yeah. She's still doing good damage. But she stays in S along with Megan staying in S. She still needs more exclusive to move up. Elena will be staying in S. She does get a bit of leech when she's got a counter attack on, but it's still not enough for me to move her up yet. Luz gains a bit more damage as well, but he will still be staying in S. Dario gets a lot more use. He used to be an S plus exclusive one, but it's not a huge push. I would say at E2, Dario starts to go into S plus range. He starts to go into S plus range. The same as Zia, really. She starts to go into S plus range, and Yoko as well. So, you know, we're not done an E2 tier list. There's just not a huge amount of heroes moving about. So it's very, very tough. Where was we? Asindo, E1 now. You know, she's still going to be at S. She has got that increased turn meter, but she's mainly a PvP hero, guys. She is a good AoE damage dealer. And she does do a lot of crowd control. But compared to Zyra, they're both similar, okay? And, you know, they deserve to be in the same tier for now. Fiona. Fiona. Holy Light Parliament, is it? Yes. Exclusive 1, she gets turn meter increased by 25% when inviolability is triggered. It is a very nice skill, but she still deserves to be in S. And Lucia is only staying in S for now because there is only a shield increase for her exclusive 1. Okay, moving up to S+. Alahan actually gets a very good, I think he can remove shields on his basic ability now. Removes all buffs from the target. Increases the health restoration by 20% of his attack. This is on Spirit Call. This is his, yes. It's very, very good. And also restores the health of the ally, the lowest current health. Very good. Definitely an S plus hero. Maeve moves up to S plus. Her most useful exclusive. Because she no longer needs Affect Hit. Meaning we can just purely focus damage. So E1 Maeve is superb. Can be used in a ton of content. Very good for dungeon bosses. Very good for guild boss content in general. Taff moves up to S+. Finally. And that's because he friggin' resets the durations of all damage every time debuffs. So that's bleed, poisons, health burn, burns. He can reset all of it. Slaval moves up to S+. Or was she at S+ already? I think she was. I can't remember. That's because she can now buff her allies with attack up, and then she can nuke straight away after. She gets an extra turn. Very, very, very useful. Hisaro moves up to S+. Hisaro starts to deal more damage. He is starting to additionally trigger the target's bleed 1 time up to 6 layers. So he can trigger bleeds. And he will also heal off of that. So E1, he becomes much more useful. Definitely deserving E1. Nasil is S+. S+ for PvE content. He does have a lot of uses. He's now going first. He's now freezing the enemies. And he is fantastic because it is a very small cooldown. But he's above Asindo and Zyra here. And Fiona. Okay? I don't feel like he deserves the God tier ranking in PvE. He is amazing, okay? He is amazing. S+ is a fantastic tier. Turf stays S+. He gains a bit more survivability. Focus stays A+ again. Mutu gets a bit more of a damage increase. Stays at A+. He can turn into a werewolf faster. Space stays A+. S+, sorry. Space. Did I say S+, A+ from Mewtwo as well? Space is fantastic support. S+. Elena now removes buffs and she'll AoE speed down. Humongous. I feel like I've missed a tier here. I feel like I didn't talk about Margarita, Slackdo, Gilliman, and Mammoth. I Maybe I'm gonna have to change this in a bit. Slack though. Oh my, I missed them. I would have remembered talking about them. S tier for Margarita. S tier for Slack though. S tier for Gilliman and Mammoth. Oh, I can't believe I've missed that. Buggered right up, guys. Buggered right up. Maybe I can drag it in. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We're on to Ben Austin. Ben Austin still stays at S+. Allcaster, interesting now because he's gaining damage immunity, meaning he can no longer really be a glass cannon, but if you've got him built, he could be dealing some nice damage. So he will be at S+. Nordak stays at S+. He does get, what is it he gets again? It's thrown me off, me messing up on those earlier. He gets additionally inflicts resistance debuff, so it's not huge. He stays at S+. Hoff, meaning when the enemy is killed with Hunter's Mark, he's going to grant all allies attack up 2. Very, very nice improvements here, but he will stay at S+. Bari, again, is staying at S+. He now increases his crit damage by mastery, I believe. Is it crit damage by mastery? Yes, he increases his crit damage up to 100%, equal to 60% of his mastery when battle starts. So that's very nice as well. Okmin stays at S+. I believe he gets a bit more survivability. From his E1. Yeah, restoration rate by 50%. And when it's detonating burn, it increases it by 300%. Elik will stay at S+. For his E1, he only gets an extra resistance debuff, similar to Nordak, very similar to Nordak, both very similar heroes. Tuck moves up to God. And rightly so, because he will freeze all the enemies, he will freeze self allies, but that's actually helping us, because we get to choose the emblem when we increase the size of the shield for enemies under CC. So we want him to CC our allies, because we can then cleanse it with a big shield. Tuck is fantastic for PvE. Santa, again, fantastic for PvE. You all know that. Quinlan stays at God. He is getting a slight improvement, but he definitely gets better with his E2 and E3 hugely. Sigmund, again, God. Catherine now gets... oh, goodness me. Catherine, what do you now get? Cleanses 1 layer of debuff for every ally at rand. It's huge for Catherine E1. Absolutely humongous. Just on a note of Sigmund, he ignores shield. It's not a massive one for him. It's not a big increase as E1. Nidrold is a big increase for his E1, I believe. Every single one for Nidrold is huge. Yes, he additionally casts Sword Mastery 1 time for every layer of bleed. Huge for his second ability. Melia starts to become much more useful because she is lasting Valkyrie longer once she gets E1. His Zonya is he's triggering that health burn on AoE heroes. So, AoE health burn. That's massive, okay? That's so much damage. Lucifer gains more damage. Luna gains attack down 2 now when she is hit. Agatha, wow. She just becomes an absolute animal at E1. She gains a shield at the beginning and she's just so freaking crazy. Okay, E1 tier list complete. Let me know if you agree on that one. We're going to be moving over now to the big one, E3 tier list. The big E3 tier list. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? And here we go. Dum dum dum. Boom. Here it is. Let's have a look at the rework heroes. Obviously, we have Shalda, Eli, Amalek, Karid, Vera, Olga, Kari, Teru, Zakzulu, Valentin, Hal, Nita, Malkio, Madalena, all getting reworks. Malkio is very, very big damage dealer at E3 though, okay? He's huge damage dealer at E3, but he still needs that rework. Devs, don't you dare not rework him. Don't you dare. We have Greta, because she is a PvP hero, okay? She is a PvP hero. She doesn't do enough damage in PvE. She needs to be removing buffs and stuff. Gustav stays at A. Sorry, stays at A. Ariel, again, a PvP hero. Aisha. Poor Aisha. I'm sorry, you don't do enough. Lamb, okay? Now, Lamb in at A+ here. He does become much better with his E3, but he requires so much gear. And in PvE, he's not quite doing the damage we need to be doing. If anyone is doing huge damage with Lamb now, please let me know. please let me know. He can be very good in tower, green force tower, but then you're going to have the likes of Hazonia with him. So it's you know, without that, yeah, how much is Lamb really going to do? Ana, A+. It was debatable. It was debatable because she does increase allies' damage. I think it's at E2 that happens. But she does increase all damage over time by 20% for allies. Melina is staying at A+. She requires a lot of building. She does, you know, she grants a 20% shield. She grants, my apologies. She does more damage, 35%, I believe. Yeah, increased damage by 35%. And each layer's damage of chivalry increases by 50%. But it's still not enough. And she's very weird to build. She requires amazing gear. Tifia, I'm sorry, you're still staying A+. You're not doing enough damage. Little Jack, possibly could be S. A+ though, I feel like he sits in there because I don't have enough knowledge about Little Jack. Naskama is staying at A+. He's definitely only really for Faction Abyss and Blue Mark Tower, and only a set few stages to remove the shield. Timmy will stay at A+. Sinton will stay at A+. Definitely more of a PvP hero, but he can, you know, once you get into these E3s, you're not really going to have a Sinton E3 without any of these ones above, right? Unless you're really goddamn unlucky, and I apologise if you are. Grandy stays at A+. Garena again is staying at A+, and that's because we don't want our allies dying anyway. We can protect our allies from dying, okay? As simple as that. We don't need an AoE heal. It's niche. It's niche. She's a niche use hero. If she's working for you, fantastic. But compared to a lot of these above, you won't see many using Garena. Jennifer, again, her exclusives help, but she's still not dealing quite enough damage late game. Brynhild, A+. A+. I'm sorry if you got misinformed about Brynhild, but we've always said it from day one. Brynhild is a PvP hero. Should have watched the tier list. Should have. Don't listen to other people, okay? Okay? Claude is in at S, the same as Margarita in here, because he can deal some very nice damage now that he's at E3. I believe his E2 he gets better, but E3 really does need. He's going to be doing a lot of damage. Similar to Margarita. I'm saying a lot, it's still similar to Margarita. Natalie is now much more useful, but she is going to be sitting in at S, because she doesn't do a huge amount of damage, and she takes a long time to get going. She needs to do a lot of layers of bleed, and compared to some of the others, and my camera's gone blurry, what are you doing? There we go. Because compared to some of the others, she is sitting in at S. Again, the other bleeds are better, and she can do a lot, but it's not enough. It's not enough. She definitely needs... She's good at wave clearing, but killing a boss, the damage isn't there. The damage isn't there. Eric can be fun, but he requires a lot of a build around him as well. He is going to be sitting in S tier, and I hope you will agree on that. I know he's in the Hero Quest this month. And again, anyone that doesn't agree on this, let me know in the comments below why and how. Constructive criticism, please. Horus is in S. Yes, I know that may upset some people. but I regressed mine, and I don't regret it. I don't miss him. However, when I was doing this, I was thinking, hang on a minute. He could be a Santa counter, but he's not, because, you know, I know he hits enemies when they're at 30% health, but, well, Santa revives people at 30%. I know this is PvE, it's not PvP tier list, but I just thought I'd mention that in there. He can still do very good damage, and these S tier heroes are very good. He's on par with Margarita here. Gru can become more useful. I was trying to be kind to Gru here. I was trying to be kind, Gru. I tried to be kind to you, okay? I can't move you any higher, mate. If you don't have the likes of some people that are increasing maximum health, Gru can be very good for that, because he's going to be increasing your health burn damage. It's the only real use for him, right? And he's sharing... He's very good for the Faction Abyss, okay? He's very good for Faction Abyss. S tier hero. Thanatos is staying at S. Now, I feel like I'm going to be getting some kind of rage for this. I feel like some people are going to be like, God, why is Thanatos at S? What have you done? Well, he requires turns to build up. He requires a lot of turns, a lot of kills. He needs to slay the enemy after his skill does 15 damage. If a target's health below 15%, he restores... Wait, it's E2. Is it E2? No, it is E1 that does that, the soul shifting. You know, I just don't feel like it's doing enough. Am I wrong on that? You need to let me know if I'm wrong on that. And it's getting very hot in here. I need to turn that off. He's removing the shield, and you know, slays the enemy target after skillful damage if the enemy target is below 15%, which I don't feel is massive. He restores self-health. He can be very good for self-survival. I imagine he's very, very good in Faction Abyss. But other than that, are we going to be using him a lot? You may use him as a niche shield remover in Red Mark. Maybe. Gunner is going to be staying at S. Yes. Yes. I know. I know Gunner can be very good. But compared to the ones above, he doesn't compare. Doesn't compare. Solly is at S. He is going to be a very, you know, he's very good at protecting. He's very good at protecting his allies. And he deserves to be in an S here. He does. He does deserve to be in an S. I'm starting to like Solly. Frick as well is in an S here as well. Just for the, you know, the attack down 2. Crit damage down 2. Massive. Massive. Margarita stays at S. After E1, she doesn't get much better. Mammoth is in at S. Yes, I know. He's more of a PvP hero for me. His speed up is amazing. His self-taunt can help, but it's not provoke. Meaning that a lot of enemies in PvE are AoE. Okay, he's not going to be stopping that. He's not going to be stopping that AoE. It's not provoke like Sinton. Albeck is staying at S. Yes, I know he reads very nice. And he is very, very helpful, but I cannot move him up into S+. I just can't. He is a very good hero. But his health that was similar. If you could build like an Albeck, Lamb, max health increase kind of team, then maybe. But late game, he's not going to be doing anything. Prove me wrong. Feel free to prove me wrong. Okay, more of a PvP hero in my opinion. Albeck. More of a PvP hero. Sana stays in at S. Yes, she does start to buff our allies' crit rate, etc. Can be very niche, but she's still not dealing huge amount of damage, especially late game. This is looking more later now. E3, this is bit, you know, you've been playing a little while to have these, or unless you're wailing, then you have them already. Congratulations. Complete the game. Zyra now puts resistance debuff on all enemies on her ultimate. Really, really nice, but is it that much needed in PvE? Because let's be honest, how many buffs do people use? She is fantastic though. I love Zyra. You see it in my showcase. I love Zyra. She's very good CC. Serena stays in at S. She's still dealing very good damage. Very similar to Margarita and Claude. Asindo stays at S. Yes, I know. Yes, she does freeze an enemy when she attacks them with her second skill when they're silenced. But is it enough to warrant her moving up to S+ in PvE? PvP, she's good. But yes, PvE, no. Fiona stays at S as well. AoE stuns, has the revive. But she's more of a PvP hero as well. She is very, very good. But she's going to be staying at S. Moving on up to S+. And we're getting towards the end of the video, guys. If you made it this far, you're fantastic. You're fantastic listening to me ramble on. Lucaia now becomes more useful. She could do a lot more damage in, as you know, at E3. I still feel like she's slightly lacking something. I would love to see Lucaia have a little bit of a rework. Just ever so slightly. Something. Dario now is very fun. He's, instead of hitting one enemy with his Shadow Flame, he's hitting two. And he also slashes enemies under 10% health. He can do a lot at E3. You're going to love him in Faction Abyss. He's also pretty good in Blue Tower, but compared to Health Burn, no. He's very fun, though. He's very good. He's a really fun hero to use, so enjoy him. Luz is now S+. He has survivability, he has a lot of damage, and you can enjoy Luz in your team at E3. Elena moves up to S+. Finally! She is a very good hero at S+. Let me go and have a look at Elena a moment, because I feel like I haven't done her justice. I know people are going to complain about Elena as well. She gains one more action turn, and the duration of counterattack is increased by 1 round at level 2, and is no longer limited to the number of bleed layers. Meanwhile, there's a 100% chance to inflict a layer of bleed on the target for 2 turns if the target is not under bleed. It's really, really nice, her E3. And she also throws like a dagger at the enemy as well, like every turn I think it is. So S plus hero as well. She can be guild boss. She's getting quite a bit of content actually. Megan now nukes like an absolute beast. Definitely deserves to be an S plus. And she reduces her cooldown as well on her timer on her skillful. Walter now increases poison damage and also, hang on. Level 2, there is the same chance to inflict one more layer of poison, which is huge. You should have mentioned that earlier for E2. Level 3, he can deal 30% more poison damage, and allies can deal 15% more poison damage. So he's massive for poison teams, especially if he's paired up with Taff. Moving on to Zia, is now only an S plus hero. I listened. You spoke. I listened. I tested. S plus. No longer God. No longer God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love her too. But she's no longer God. Zia. Yoko. E3. She is a good damage dealer. She can hit really, really freaking hard. She can hit really hard as well. Definitely deserves to be next to Zia. They're twins. Not identical twins, so you can see. Maybe they're sisters. Maybe they're sisters. Guhana moves up to S plus. That's because, why was that again? Increases the speed bonus to 40%, obviously, and yeah, she doesn't deserve to go any higher than that, but S plus, she definitely deserves to be an S plus at E3. She's fantastic for Faction Abyss as well. I've got a video coming out on that actually. You'll enjoy that one. Elsa moves up to S plus. She's now doing a lot more protection for all of our allies. Can't put her to God though. She is very good at E3. Hertha doing a ton more damage, increasing her speed south bonus up to 40% as well, triggering an extra layer of bleed on her second attack too. She's very good. Igilimun is now S plus. She is very good in PvE content. She'll strip, not physically, not carried away. Jeez, guys. Filthy minded. She will also call speed down too. She also will then nuke on her second ability as well. And she's gaining more layers of runes. You've seen my Igilimun showcase. I know you all agree. You must agree. If you don't, you're wrong. If you don't, you're wrong. She's fantastic. She's very good in dungeons as well for waves, keeping them slow, picking off enemies. Because once she kills one, she'll send the other runes at them. Like that. Just like that. So she definitely deserves to be an S plus. Slack though is now very good. He's hitting hard. He's stripping boss. Slack though is already stripped, so we can get carried away on him because he is already stripped. He's already showing his chest and his legs anyway. But yeah, he's removing the target's buffs, steals all attributes from the target, and increases the turn meter reduction to 25% if the target has no attribute buffs. Increases 2 stages of attack. The final stage increases 100% damage to targets under resistance buff status. He can hit hard. Hit hard. Okay, AoE. Hit hard. Moving over to Besmok. Besmok is now a nuking god. He's not in God tier though. He's a nuking S+. He's a nuking S+. Multi-attacks. Basic attacks. Pew, pew, pew. And then moving on to the next one if he kills one. Fantastic direct damage hero. Fantastic. Alahan is S+. Very good support. Very, very good support. Maive stays at S+. Definitely stays at S+. Very good for dungeons, guild bosses. You spoke about Maive. You all know about Maive. You should do if you haven't watched my videos. And shame on you. Shame on you. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I'm getting carried away here. It's been over an hour already. Taff is absolutely animal. Absolute animal now. He's increasing your poison damage for all allies by, increasing his poison damage. I'm sorry, correct me. Increasing the poison damage dealt by Taff by 50%. Absolute massive. He's also intertwined from E2. He's additionally inflicting severe wound. Super, super good. Slavelle, sorry. Why do I always pronounce her wrong? She's nuking very hard. She's, Slavelle definitely deserves to be at S+ from E1 up. She's really great. Hisaro stays at S+, and he can do a lot of damage. Okay, he can do a lot of damage paired with the right bleeder. You pair him with Alina, very good. You pair him with Nidrold, very good. You pair him with Natalie, very good. Because she can refresh them. Not quite as good as it is paired with Nidrold though. Moving over to Nasil. Nasil stays at S+. He has got more survivability for his allies now though. Turf stays at S+, dealing some more damage as well. Focus stays at S plus again. It's debatable if he's God, but he's not. Because he requires, Focus is S plus. Mewtwo stays at S plus as well, dealing very, very, very good damage. Space, still an absolute beast, deserves to stay at S plus. Allcaster, I personally feel like Allcaster is S plus. I don't think he's God level. I don't believe he's God level. Someone needs to test this further at E3. If you have him at E3, let me know how good he is, how hard he's hitting. Let everyone know. Nordak staying at S plus. I feel like something slightly needs to adjust on Nordak because we don't get a huge amount of use. A huge amount of use, right? Some people may be mad seeing him at S plus. I don't think he should be God. Hoff stays at S plus. Okmin also stays at S plus. No longer a god tier hero in my opinion. No longer god tier. Now we get to the final ones. The best heroes in the game. God tier legends and mythics. Luna is the first one up there. The first one up there. She's great from E0 up. Okay, she's never going to move down. She's very, very good. Lucifer, nuking like a beast. Like an animal. A feral animal. Although he's Lucifer, he's actually like Satan, the devil. Ben Austin now becomes God. Okay, he can, his effect resistance on his exclusive 2 means he can cleanse an ally of control or any effects. My camera's gone out of focus again. There we go. Sorry, you had to. Sorry. Ben Austin, his E3 now means he can continuously use his skill 4, meaning he's fantastic for guild boss. He's fantastic for bosses in general because he's going to be making everyone else use their basic abilities on his E4. Alec now becomes God. He's awesome at E3, granting everyone his shield, tenacity up, defense up, resistance debuff. He's a unit. He's an absolute unit. But now you're going to question me and say, why have you got Alec above Nordak? I'm trying to do Nordak a favour here, guys, because I feel like he needs to be a bit better. And if I put him at God, he's never going to get changed. He's never going to get changed. I feel like he needs just something. Just something. God, I'm going to upset some people with this tier list, aren't I? I'm going to upset some of you with this tier list. I apologise. Bari, God, he can nuke so friggin' hard. Amazing for burn teams. Absolutely amazing. You pair him up with the likes of Orkman, Feist, Anna, and another one, Eric as well. Elena is now fantastic. She's God mode. Shield, speed down, debuff. Strip. She's a fantastic hero. God mode all day long for PvE. Tuck stays at God mode. Fantastic. Santa just becomes completely... Bro, I'm not even talking about Santa. He's absolutely disgusting. Quinlan is God. He is doing so much damage now at E3. My voice is going. I need to finish this. Sigmund stays at God. He's hitting... his health burn is doing a lot of damage. He's always going to be God. He's very, very good. Not quite as good as Melia and Hazonia, though. No, I tell a lie. He's very good later on because he's got more survivability for these late game dungeons. He stays at God. Catherine. Do I need to say anything? Nidrold. Nuking like an absolute monster. Absolute monster for bleed damage. Melia. My throat's sore, guys. Man flu. Melia is now AoE on her E2 health burn. She's dealing more damage by 25% at E3 as well when in Valkyrie status. I believe that's correct. Hisonia is fantastic. And now even Bully at E3 will be doing very nice single target damage. Very tough when you come against Agatha, for instance, or a Greta in PvE. It can be PvP, sorry. So he's, also on the bosses, he can do pretty good damage. But not a lot of people do use Bully on E3. But his E2 does increase him as well. Agatha, wow. Can you imagine her? Can you even imagine her at E3? I can, and it's crazy. Okay, guys, I made it to, yeah, too long. It needed to be done. It needed to be done. We may have to wait an extra day on the PvP tier list because this has been a bit of an effort. A bit of an effort with the with ACOS, and talk. It took about 3 hours to do, and then to record and to talk about it, and it's just stripped my brain. So I hope you agree, and if you don't, be constructive. Let me know why you think a hero should be rated higher. That's absolutely fine. Let me know why. And I hope you all appreciate having the different exclusives 0, 1, and 3. I know I didn't do 2. I didn't want to make it too much. So I hope you all enjoy it. I hope it gives all of you a guide on where your hero is, and you can come and check it. It's all updated. It's all the fresh heroes. Every hero in the game now. And, you know, and Cars at the Ball. Thank you for watching. Make sure you click the like, subscribe, and comment below to help this channel grow. And if you see ACOS about, make sure you go and thank him. I should also shout out to Hoaxer for confirming the tier list too. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.